Hey cool people, welcome to Item Hunt, where we collect items like Nick Cannon collects kids. I'm Nick, I'm a he, him, and remember that depression fucking sucks. If you're experiencing it, or know someone who is, just lend them your ear. It won't fix their problems, but it could make all the difference in the world. Today we're playing Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix and collecting every item, puzzle piece, reward, map, and chest in Port Royal. I hope you have a plunderful time, and if you get hooked, feel free to scurvy down to the subscribe button and make some waves. Or just click it. Now that the obligatory puns are done, let's set sail for our first visit. We begin our hunt by landing in the ramparts of Port Royal, and we can immediately turn around to grab the naval map. Then we can look starboard, or right if you're a landlubber, and go that way, and as we go, we can scoop up the Dark Shard chest seated by these cannons. Then we'll jump up to the heart puzzle piece that's floating in the northeast corner of the rampart. Let's turn southward, and there's a chest under a torch that's home to a mithril stone. Next, we'll continue the story by running over to the stairs that's left of the save point. Port side of ye save point. Now we get to experience one of Kingdom Hearts 2's patented waste our time because we can't hit the enemies fight, which everyone loves and it's not annoying at all. After a bit, the moon will come out, which allows us to actually hit the pirates, and as Pete says, magic is very useful against said pirates. Fire will set them ablaze because I guess they're drier than your elbows in winter. Blizzard will freeze them in place, logical, no complaints, and Thunder will have them look at Sora in a new light, because this is the most electricity they've felt in a while. Unfortunately, no reward for defeating them, so we'll head over to the bridge and into town, where there will be a Heartless fight. I like to use Wisdom Form for this fight in order to blast the Heartless away, but yeah, you don't have to. Once the Heartless are capsized, again, no reward. After our victory, we can float portside, where a duality puzzle piece is hovering above some explodable boxes. Then we can head towards the southeast exit, where there will be stairs and an explodable gate. Let's blow it up like Elon's blowing up Twitter. Then we can collect the mithril shard chest that was hidden just behind the gate, and then we can blow the boxes on our forward left to get an AP boost chest. Then we can turn around and... Okay, so I blew up the boxes here, but if you haven't, it'll be much easier to reach this puzzle piece that's floating above them, because, you can just jump on the boxes to reach it. If you blew up the boxes too, but have a level 3 Valor form, we can still leap up to grab it. I had to use a drive recovery, then at the small steps here, I could leap up to snatch the frontier puzzle piece. Let's cruise northward to the next set of explodable boxes, where there's a hidden chest housing a mithril gem just behind them. Then if we go rightwards from there, there's a darkstone chest in the corner. Then we'll head to the northeast corner and exit to the harbor. After the cutscene, we can talk to Will and continue the story. Oops, wrong game. Once on the Interceptor, speak to Jack, and in the map menu, click on the Black Pearl option. So to progress, we can either beat the enemies on deck, give them a wham bam thank you ma'am, or we can hide below deck, give them a hide ride goodbye Clyde. For the latter option, we'll have to go back up, talk to Jack again, and redo the whole map menu bit. Once we're at the rock face, we'll slide forward into the cave mouth, where there's 2 chests that are both on the left ledge. The first is in the dark, and it has a bright shard within, how ironic. And the second is further forward, resting in the moonlight, and it's home to a mithril shard. Now we can go to the next room, which will start a 60-second pirate rumble. It's giving Ultimate Showdown vibes. Do your best to stand in the moonlight so that the pirates are whackable. Pay attention to the reaction commands, and use Blizzard and Thunder to keep the pirates from walking into the shadows. Once we complete our Ultimate Showdown of Ultimate Destiny, we'll receive the Isle de Muerta map. Once we reboard the Interceptor, we talk to Will and select Port Royal on the map menu. Then there will be another fight or hide moment, but after that, there's more plot stuff where the Black Pearl is caught up to us, and we have to fight off the cursed pirates. Again. But the key difference this time, pun intended, is that Sora is holding on to a cursed medallion, so we'll have to be careful not to get hit too hard or he'll drop it. Now, if Sora does end up dropping it, it is likely that a pirate will pick it up. Be sure to defeat that pirate as quickly as possible to get it back. My personal strategy is to fight up by the ship's wheel, because there's no shadows up there, so the pirates will always be vulnerable if we stay there. Also, make sure you aren't hit by cannon fire, because that can make Sora drop the medallion too. Cannon fire is indicated by the little white circles on the floor. When the fight ends, we do actually get rewards! Sora nabs the aerial spiral ability, Donald collects the draw ability, and Goofy gets an HP boost. Next, Jack...
Captain Jack
Sparrow, my mistake, will rejoin the party. Be sure you don't forget to reapply his abilities, like I do. I literally always forget. When we spawn in the Interceptor hold, we can head up to the deck, where the Smack the Barrel minigame will begin. This minigame is relatively easy. Just run up to a barrel and use the triangle prompt on it. But Air Pirate Heartless will be aggravating the barrels, so focus the ones that Air Pirates are hitting, because, they'll explode if we don't, which is bad. When we succeed, Sora will collect an item slot, Donald and Jack get an HP boost, and Goofy scoops up the Second Chance ability. We'll then spawn at the rock face, and you may notice the absent silhouette emanating from the left wall. I'm not doing this now, honestly, I'm not sure we can. Try if you want, but I'll be doing it on the second visit. Instead, let's head to the cave mouth, and after we beat the enemies, or keep running, we can head over to the powder storage, which is the exit on the northeast corner. In the powder storage room, it's always best to blow up as many storage boxes as possible, because it'll let in the most moonlight, which will help to keep the pirates vulnerable. On the first set of storage boxes, where a pirate appeared from, we'll find an AP boost chest on the left. No, fuck, port side. AP boost chest, port side. Now, on the second set of storage boxes, 2 puzzle pieces will be floating on the starboard side. A duality puzzle piece and a heart piece. Side note, I then got the Serenity Crystal for completing the heart puzzle. Obviously it isn't relevant to Port Royal, but this is when I got it, so... Then at the third storage boxes, which is the northmost point, we can blow up the right one in order to grab another AP boost. Now let's head on to Moonlit Nook, where there will be 3 chests. On the southeast side is a Mithril Shard, then on the northwest is a Power Stone, and the last chest is in the northeast corner, which has a Serenity Gem inside. Now we'll head on to the next room, where the Barbossa boss battle will begin. Fun fact, don't let Jack die, because that does count as a loss. The first phase of the boss fight is to defeat the Iguana Heartless when it's all shadowy. We can identify it in the darkness by finding its bright yellow eyes. Yeah, but not that though. Once the Heartless is defeated, the moonlight will be revealed, which allows Barbossa to be damaged. Now, there are still some shadowy areas, particularly by the red cape on the money mound. There's also some dark spots along the edge of the arena, so we should just try to stay in front of the treasure chest in order to keep Barbossa vulnerable. I also like using Valor Form to beat the crap out of Barbossa, and Jack's Limit as well as Barbossa's reaction command are all pretty useful. Once we put Barbossa on ice, Sora gets a drive gauge boost and the aerial finish ability, Donald and Jack pilfer an HP boost, and Goofy acquires both the teamwork ability and the auto limit ability. And then Sora will also scoop up the Follow the Wind Keyblade. Real fast, we can re-land in Port Royal, specifically the Captain's Stateroom in the Black Pearl, where a daylight puzzle piece is perched on the table. Let's sail up to the deck because there's a daylight puzzle piece on the southernmost point of the ship. Now, there's one last puzzle piece that floats in front of the wheel by the ship's mast. That's, the big pole. We can't quite reach it at this moment, so we're going to come back for it in... Feel free to drop a pirate joke in the comments below. I'd sure love to read them. Now then, when we land in Port Royal for our second visit, we spawn in the Rampart. And we can just make our way to the harbor and do some pirate fighting. Amazingly, Jack's Limit pretty much decimates everything. After that, we'll head on to the Black Pearl. Now, as a side note, my Valor and Master Form are level 5 for the second visit, and if yours is 2, then we can jump onto this little spot in front of the steering wheel, and then high jump and aerial dodge over to the daylight puzzle piece that's hovering next to the mast. Let's talk to Captain Jack and sail to Isle de Muerta. There will be another fight and hide moment, and if we fight, stand in the big open area on the north side of the boat, because there's a ton of moonlight, which is the best for bonking cursed pirates. Once the battle is over, or you've hidden and talked to Captain Jack again, we'll spawn in the Captain's Stateroom. Then head back up to the deck, where we start the boss fight with, I don't know its name. I'm going to call it the Blue Swinger. The first time we fight it, it doesn't have a no damage phase, so just throwing magic at it and smacking it with the Keyblade will suffice. And when we win, Sora procures the horizontal slash ability. Donald and Jack again get an HP boost, and Goofy seizes the draw ability. We'll then spawn in the Interceptor hold, but it must be Sunday because this place is holy.
Boo, you stink!
Let's obtain the sunset puzzle piece that's on the forward left, and then we'll go to the right of the save point where a large chest is with the feather charm in it. Then we can move on to the next room, Seadrift Row. Just ahead, before the wooden plank portion of the road, there is a chest on our right with a Serenity Gem inside. Forward from there, along the backside of the Fallen Crow's Nest, that's this circle-y thing, we find a sunset puzzle piece. Just after that, there's another chest that holds King's Recipe, but then further forward on the left is a chest holding a Mithril Crystal. Let's move on to the Seadrift Keep room, where we'll have to fight a Gambler Nobody to claim its stolen medallion. Recalling 1-800-GAMBLER and helping the Nobody with its gambling addiction, we collect its cursed medallion. We also receive the ship graveyard map. We'll then appear on the Black Pearl. Let's talk to Captain Jack and go back to the ship graveyard via the map menu, where we'll fight another Gambler Nobody, but now we're on a time limit. So, quickly lead left through the wall. This will lead us straight to the Nobody while grabbing the Daylight puzzle piece in the process. Once we dissipate it from existence like Bing Bong, we can grab another cursed medallion. Now let's collect the chests and stuff in this room. In this undership area, facing south, there's a chest that's home to an AP boost. Let's leap up the rock ledges, and on the left of this upper area is the Meteor Staff chest. Then we'll go over to the, I know it's this, but I don't know what it's called. All I know is we go bonk, it go fonk. Hurry, and grab the sunset puzzle piece before the thing wonks back into place. Then head to the northeast corner, where an Orichalcum chest resides. Time to head back to Seadrift Row, where we'll have 2 minutes to reach the far end, where we'll find another Nobody that's holding a medallion. Defeat it, and we'll rush back to Seadrift Keep and onto the Black Pearl. Inquire with the captain upon where thou wouldst like to abscond. It's Isle de Muerta. Pick Isle de Muerta. After a fight or hide event, we'll arrive at the rock face, where now we'll activate Larxine's electrifying absent silhouette. Quick tips. Reflect and Master Form are very much your friend here. Be careful though, there is a higher chance to turn into Anti-Form during the organization fights. Also, Limit Form could be useful too, if you're struggling. I give more details on how to beat Larxine McQueen in the Hollow Bastion video. Another option is to come back at a higher level, because we will eventually outlevel her. After G-charging her electrons, or whatever, I don't know science, we will receive MP boost for Sora, and Donald and Goofy will gain an item slot. We also get the Cloaked Thunder recipe and a Lost Illusion. Back to the plot. Before we head into the cave mouth, save just in case, because if you aren't able to defeat the last Nobody in time, you may need to reset. Then, in the cave mouth, we will find that last Nobody, but only have 10 seconds to make it delete the DraftKings app. So we gotta work fast. I was able to just bash the Nobody's phone with the Keyblade until the medallion fell out, but if you feel magic would work better, then you do you. But whatever you do it fast. When we defeat it in time, we'll receive the last medallion, and we'll respawn on the Black Pearl. Tell Captain Jack to chart a course for Port Royal so that we can begin the second Blue Swinger boss fight. But this time, it's gone even further beyond, and has Ultra Super Instinct Demon Saiyan Bone Man God Mode form, which, yes, makes it invulnerable. But the best way to return it to blue is to cast magic on it, which causes it to drop medallions, which we then have to put said medallions back into the stone chest. All 882 pieces need to be in that chest before Demon Swinger will turn back into Blue Swinger and be officially smackable. Here's a few tips. When Bone Daddy sucks up the medallions from the chest, get in close and use its reaction command, which will knock the dang Swinger's ass into the sky. It's also best to keep Donald and Jack in the party, since they can damage Bone Man Demon Mode with magic and bombs. Upon our victory, Sora acquires the Magnet Element, Donald retrieves the Flare Force ability, and Goofy and Jack get an HP boost. Lastly, we'll collect Secret Ansem's Report 6. As for the last puzzle piece, it floats in the harbor, but we will need to have a fully leveled up Final Form in order to access Sora's level 3 glide ability, as well as a maxed out Valor Form for a level 3 high jump, and a maxed out Master Form for a level 3 aerial dodge. When we have all those leveled up, go over to these boxes, face the puzzle piece, then jump, air dodge, and glide to easily snag the sunset puzzle piece. Now, let's finish up Port Royal in... And in the rampart, we'll talk to Will to begin his skateboarding minigame. He is standing by the bell in the archway. The goal is to skate through all 23 points in under 40 seconds, so it counts as done in Jiminy's journal. Whoops, wrong game. Anyhow, here's where the points are. Okay, so make sure you're level 99 and all your forms are level 7 because we have a mushroom to defeat. Arrive on Isle de Morta and go to the rock face, to Cave Mouth, then Powder Storage, and lastly Moonlit Nook, where mushroom number 10 is residing. This fight is a lot like the Black Ballad fight in Kingdom Hearts 1 Final Mix, where we had to find which of the 5 clones is the original. However, instead of hitting it only once, we gotta be sure we're hitting it as many times as possible, because we have to tank its health in order to defeat it in under 55 seconds for Jiminy's Journal. If you find yourself struggling to keep up with their bouncing around, pausing and unpausing rapidly can help to see where it's going to go, and it won't add to your time. Best of luck, and here's the rewards. Thanks for watching. Feel free to drop your anchor on that like button. You can also support me on Patreon or follow me on Twitter. Check out the description for links to both. After this, there will be memes of affirmation and probably bloopers. So see you next time. Goodbye. Then we can look starboard, or right if you're a landlubber. For calling 1-800-GAMBLER and helping the nobody with its gambling. For calling 1-800-GAMBLER and helping the nobody with its gambling addiction, we collect its cursed medallion, and we also receive the shrimp graveyard map. Defeat it, and we'll rush back to Seadrift Keep. I can say she sells seashells by the seashore, but I can't say Seadrift Keep. Jesus. After this, there will be memes of affirmation and probably bloopers, so... Boopers. After this, there'll be memes of affirmation and probably bloopers. Dang it.